Okay, it looks like you didn't create your master page correctly and didn't create the about page correctly. So first thing I want you to do, rename about back to home. You always have a home page, that's your index page. To create about page, you click on the plus sign and you type in about. Now, master page is just like you do in InDesign and Illustrator. When you put something on the master page, it's automatically going to repeat on every page. So up in the home page, I'm going to open this up, and let's say you want this red box with your name on every page. Okay, so I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to go to about starter. I'm going to go to the master page. I'm going to do edit, paste, and place. So it's going to paste it right into the same location. And so every page will have that at the top. Okay. So you want to set up your master page to be consistent. So the same thing down here with your footer. We want to put this in your footer section. So and again, I would normally resize this so it fits in the pages anyway. So I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to go to the master page. I'm going to paste it in. I'm going to put it down here at the bottom. I'm going to resize this. Well, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click if you're on the Mac, control click on both selections, make sure footer item is selected. And I might have to move the bottom of the page down a little bit. You should just move the slider down. Yeah. Actually, let's move that back up and move that left one down just like that. Because when we make that change, it's going to make it on every other page. Now on your home page, what you want to do is you want to take this information here and we're going to cut it out, and we're going to open up the about page and we're going to paste it in. Okay. So one of the things you need to definitely do is you need to have, anytime you have bullets, you have to have the proper hanging indent. A graphic designer is going to yell at you. So if you go to another class, they're going to say, this is not a hanging indent. So what you want to do is you want to delete this hyphen, and then you want to select your paragraphs you have, and you click on the bullet button, and see how the S and the D line up perfectly? That's a hanging indent. So I would suggest adding maybe a couple extra lines of text here. So it works well in Photoshop and in Illustrator, able to work with the deadlines. Well, why do you work well in Photoshop? Talk about Photoshop and Illustrator in a little more detail. You do selections, you can work with selections, you work with layers and things like that. So anywhere you have the hyphens, you're definitely going to delete them, and then you're going to put the bullets in. Now when it comes to education, name of the college, bold it. Okay, you definitely want to do that. So again, delete the hyphens, put it and add the bullet buttons so you bullet itself. Now I would suggest, you're not using the layout correctly in that sense, but I think you might want to go in and just kind of maybe enhance this a little bit. Maybe you grab their attention. So maybe up here at the top, let me move this down. Maybe we take the circle. Let me see here. Let me add that color to your, select this red box. Add all your color swatches to your swatch panel so that way you have access to it. It's going to make your life easier. What I'm going to do is add a picture. Put a circle right here. Okay. If you have a picture of yourself, that would be the excellent one. Professional picture, not one that's pixelated or anything. And you do a file place. I'm going to click on open, and then I'm just going to use one of my pets. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stroke it. I'm going to add a border around it, increase the thickness, and then I'm going to put something over here that welcomes them to this. And I'm going to say hello. This is another example I've used for other people. So I'm going to make that bold, increase that up. Change it to red. Then I'm going to add effects, add a little drop shadow to this, change the blur down to 2, distance to 3, just make it stand out, something like that. um, Maybe add a little subheading down here below this, learn more about me, something, statement, maybe a quotation of your design concepts and so forth. And then you start in with your resume and so forth, something like that, to help add some visual.